Well, hi there, gorgeous. It's Laura of Laura Marie Artistry. So you're here today because you want to talk about extensions. You have length goals. Oh, so you are in the right place. For those of you that haven't met me, I'm gonna go ahead and hit myself in the face. I'm Laura, of Laura Marie Artistry. I have been licensed in two different states of the United States as a master colorist, cosmetologist, guru of all things beauty for going on 15 years. I've been trained professionally by over 31 or 32 of the United States top cosmetics, hair color, chemical service brands. So, all things color and cosmetology sort of run through my veins. So, if you're here today, gorgeous, because you want to hear about length goals, I just thought I'd film like some quick videos to kind of give everyone like some insights on extensions. You want to know how much they cost. You want to know what does the maintenance look like. You want to know how often you're going to have to do this. What is the care? What is like it's like getting a pet. Like what are the at-home instructions? So I'm going to just shoot you super straight cuz obviously you guys know that's how I am. I work for me because I'd probably get fired anywhere else for my level of directness. But I feel like as a consumer, at the end of the day, we're fed a lot of bullshit in a lot of other areas. So I'm not going to do that for you. If you want extensions, I have done 17 different professional brands of hair extensions, and I've put them in, I think, about four different ways. The way that I am pretty married to at the moment that I plan on going forth with for a while is Balame Hair Extensions. I have a great relationship with a professional hair vendor named Balame Hair. Everyone says it a little bit different. That's my variation. I purchased my Balame I-Tip hair extensions well over a year ago when my mom passed away. I have been wearing them consecutively on my head for well over a year. It is also how I put in the tinsel, but that will be another video. So if you look, bonded hair extensions each have like a little micro bead. See that? So your hair extensions are made out of 100% human hair. They are Remy, which means they are sewn into the weft. The weft is, the word weft means like the chunk of hair going in your head, whether it's a little tiny piece or it's a big long weft. So the weft, it's in the hair, in the weft, all one direction. The Balame hair, 100% human. It is resilient as heck. We can cut it, we can color it, we can style it, we can blow dry it, we can braid it. It essentially becomes an extension of yourself. That's why they're called extensions. I love these. There is very little maintenance, like at home keep. I've tried a lot of brands like Hotheads. I like Hotheads too. Um, I was with them for a long time and I occasionally do pepper them in based off the circumstance. But I will say tape in hair extensions or sew in wefts, glue in hair extensions. If I suggest those two, that's based off of your like particular circumstance, whether it be finances or like you don't want them in very long. But if you just want like a traditional set of hair extensions, I will tell you, same thing as I tell everyone. Send me a picture of your hair currently in good lighting, no filters. Wipe off that camera lens. Go stand out in the daylight. I'm not here to judge you. I want you to go ahead and send me your problem areas where you want the most length, the most change. Send me those photos of your hair so I know exactly where we're starting, along with number two. Step two here is a 6 to 8 month chemical history, so I know exactly what services your hair has undergone. This is not on the premises of judgment to be like, oh my god, oh, like you did box color, you did Sally's. I don't care. Like, COVID destroyed our economy. I just need to know where we're starting so I can formulate the correct plan for you and not like mess up along the way and be like, oh, you didn't tell me about that box color from Sally's 3 months ago. So I just need to know your chemical history, and then I want to see a picture of what do you want your hair to look like? Like, let me see the extension inspos you want. Everyone's hair extensions are a different price. So some people have want hair extensions because they just want fullness. Like they're all like, "Oh, my hairs are okay. I want to beef it up." So you're gonna be on the lower end cost, probably like towards. I don't want to say it's kind of hard, like $600 range. So if you were like me, so you can see my original hair length. For those that know me, oh, you can see it. There you go. It's like, see it in there. This is my hair. So my hair's, there we go. It's weird. It looks chewed. I don't care. I keep my chewed hair. So my hair is this long. Okay. So without hair extensions, there's my hair. Okay. These are 20-inch hair extensions. So these, if you want them, like I want to cover my nipples, that's typically a 20-inch hair extension. You're usually looking at about, it depends. If you want blonde ones, those are more expensive than brown ones, due to the chemical process that the company has to go through to remove the color, and preserve the integrity of the hair, and to get a nice finished product for you guys to last you a long time. So those you're probably looking in the $1,200-$1,300 range if you want them this length, like the 20-inch length. Again, that depends. How thick is your hair? How thin is your hair? I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions from there on out. But like I said, I really do, to start for that base, I need to see the starting place in good daylight without filters. And then I need to see an inspo of exactly what kind of length you're trying to go to, along with any hair challenges that you have, the reason you're getting extensions. I need to know all those things so I can formulate your dollar amount. Once I know all of those things, I'm able to give you an exact dollar amount and I'm able to pencil you in. Same as any route as booking with me. If you just want to go to www.lauramarieartistry.com, you can pause your camera. It looks like in about 54 seconds. If you want to jump back in, I'll spell my domain for you. It is www.laura, Laura, MarieArtistry, lauramarieartistry.com. Excuse me, transparency, live YouTube video. If you want to go ahead and just go there, you'll go to, there's a contact form right at the top of my page, like a menu and a contact form. Hit contact. There's a hair service button. If you just want to fill that out, it'll ask your first, last name, email to book a time. But then you can send me all of that correspondence and I can tell you exactly how much your hair extensions are going to cost. I can price them out for you. We can form a plan and I am able to tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you. Now the rest of the hair extensions. So when I take on a hair extension client, I make sure that you're going to purchase an insurance policy to keep those going. There's no reason for you to spend that kind of money, time, energy, same with me, on installing them if you're not going to take your stuff home to do the right thing. So hair extensions, your regular hair, skin, and nails is all acid loving. What does that mean? That means that on a pH scale, when you think like acid and alkaline, remember that from like science class? 0 to like 12, like whatever the pH scale is. So your hair is acid, your hair, skin, and nails is acid loving. So that means that we need to be using products on the acidic balance scale from 0 to 5.5. What those products do is they are professional, they are regulated by the FDA, they are regulated by the United States and the brands that sell them. They have professional regulations. Each batch of professional shampoo, conditioner, any sort of products are litmus strip tested by the FDA to make sure that they have that acidic balance range. What that does is it keeps the cuticle closed and tight on your hair and the hair extension, giving you the longest longevity of lifeline, locking in the moisture, the color, the style. Because as you know, extensions aren't like, they're not attached to a nutrient source, right? So like as you suck the life out of them, as we color them, we style them, we flat iron them, we wash them, we put them up in buns, we live our life in our hair because that's what we want to do. To keep that from breaking down, you need to be sure that you have the appropriate maintenance product. So if you're an oily girl, I'm going to make sure that you have scalp treatments. I'm going to make sure you have pH balanced shampoo and conditioner. If you're a really, really dry girl like myself, winter has sucked the life out of you. You need your hair to marry nicely into the very silky hair extensions. And this is what they look like too, like well after a year. So although sort of dry, that's really impressive for that level of movement for well over a year. Usually like they're so blown out as a brand after well over a year that you're just pitching those. So I don't really know what the permanent lifeline is of Belami hair extensions, but I can tell you that I'm well over into a year. And I will keep using them. I'm a repeat customer and I'm going to get my bang for my buck out of those. How often will you have to move them up? So they're beaded in all through your hair, based off of the color that we're gonna achieve. Like if we have to color your hair and the hair extensions, that's gonna have a different time frame that I'll explain to you. Pencil off hours of your life, like cancel the day. So for me, like if I'm gonna like buy my hair extensions and I need to color my hair and color my extensions and I have an install like on myself, that's it. Like that's a wrap. That's 8 hours. I'm not a fast stylist, I'm a good one. So I would just say, like, assume it's just going to be like a day project. That's like, just clear the day. It's the best. I only book one of you when I have hair extension projects. Because even if I think we're going swimmingly and we're just beating them in and they're going great, You just need time for hair. Your head on the first night of hair extensions, maybe even into the second or third, will be very, very, very tender. The beads are very, very close to the scalp. And sometimes you like go to lay down, you're like, ah. So maybe take a Tylenol first. I'm kind of a wuss. I don't do physical pain. So that pain will subside. It's just that I want to get those beads as close as I possibly can to the root so that you get the most bang for your buck on your longevity of time before you have to get them moved up. Depending on so many things, how often you wash them, how you're brushing your hair. You need to hold the beads at the root when you go to brush your hair because you don't want to just necessarily like rake and especially try to comb your hair as least as possible when they're wet. Your hair is in its weakest state when it's wet. So I always like blow dry my hair real good, get my like hydration and like leave-in conditioners and my little hair cocktails into my hair at about that sticky dry 80%. And then you can get in there with the brush. But even so, I'm holding those little beads against the scalp when at all possible. You do not have to do a silk scarf at night. You don't have to do braids at night. You don't have to do those things. I think like if you do, obviously this is going to extend the longevity of the hair. But like I'm lazy bones girl, single mom of 2 kids. So I mean, I'm just going to like get in bed however I need to get in bed, and they're fine. They don't tangle, they don't wad up on the shoulder, they don't break down easy. They're amazing. So with the appropriate care, serum, maintenance plan, as long as you're willing to purchase into the shampoo, conditioner, and other products I suggest for you, you're going to be in great hands. Otherwise, expect to spend about $125 every 6 weeks. That is going to take the removal, me pinching out all of the beads. The removal and the input back in, like on your following sessions, is a lot shorter. So you'll be looking at, I don't know, just a couple of hours that the following times, and it gets faster and faster as I do your head. But you got to think like if you have thick hair, like I'm going row by row up your head with those little micro beads up in there, just making sure everything lays nice. So it can take a good few hours. I'm always happy to let a customer know how much time I think, anywhere from, I don't know, 2.5 hours to like 3.5 probably for like a full removal install. Like head wash, I scratch her and soap up the shit out of your head once we get those extensions out. Because you got to be careful washing your hair when these beads are in. Like you got to go delicately, like around the beads. Like I wash my hair, but like, ooh, I'm ginger. Like I'm cautious around the beads. Like don't be stupid. You'll feel them, and you can't just go raking through them and putting a comb through those. So I always say about every 6 weeks you're going to need to have those removed. I pinch out the bead, slide the Balame hair extension down the hair strand, the eye-tip strand. Once your hair is all out, we scrub it, wash it, give it a good blowout. We put those back in, style it. And then coloring in addition to that is sort of an additional thing too. We can do color maintenance, we can do root touch-ups, we can do those things with the extensions on your head. So if we want to break up those appointments for cost reasons, time reasons, a combination of the two, I'm happy to formulate a plan for you. I do not put in my hair extensions typically at the same time that I do color because like I said, that turns out to be like an 8-hour like gig, and like not really anyone has time or energy or money for that. So but if you do, like, let me just treat you to being queen for a day. It'll be great. If you have any other questions, please by all means let me know. And I look forward to being your hair extension squad leader.